Hello everyone, welcome to week 8, day 5, the ending of week 8, day 5. Here we are filming a 30-minute walk to conclude this week's fitness, this week's challenges. We're gonna go ahead and, of course, in typical Task With Me style, start off our Reddit live stream. So let's go ahead and do that. Hopefully we can start it off pretty soon, pretty quickly rather. And let's see what Reddit has to offer us today. Again, I like doing the Reddit thing because it just gives me a lot more viewership, a lot more engagement, especially since I'm doing this on my own. It really helps me out in that sense. So I'm gonna come here, same community as before, where in the world, and we'll say, come join me for a 30-minute walk in South Florida. All right, let's go live. Hopefully click. There we go, we're live. All right. Well, here we are doing another Reddit live stream. Hopefully at some point, or rather by this point, some of you all that are classic Reddit users have seen my stream. Really, the main reason I'm doing this stream, I've already said it to my other audience, but we're doing this stream because it's fun to walk with others. It makes walking a lot easier. I don't have someone here to walk with me. I try to get my girlfriend to join me, as she has before, but it just depends on the day, depends how she's feeling, so on and so forth. Of course, that's how it is really with all of us. You don't have to working out is all about consistency. If you feel bad, it's okay to take a day off. You don't have to do it all the time. I think if you feel like you're forced to do it all the time, you'll probably get burnt out, and that's not going to help your fitness goals. So we're doing this on Reddit today. Where in the world? I am in South Florida, for anyone that's watching. I see at this exact moment I have about 3 people watching. Should be a fun stream. One of the really phenomenal and really cool things was, I think last time I did this, I think it was on Tuesday, at what point, somehow, some way, the Reddit algorithm really helped me out, and I topped off at around 2,800 unique watchers, which, to be frank, is the biggest audience I've ever had for anything in my life. And I accomplished it by doing Reddit. So I thought that was really cool. The dopamine rush I got from that was insane. And of course, it's not something that I'm expecting to happen all the time, but I wonder how people that amass that sort of audience for really anything they do feel. I wonder if it just becomes, it just gets, they're sort of numb to it after a certain point. They're so used to getting those many viewers, it just becomes like a normal thing for them. Anyway, I just finished doing a 20-minute bike ride. Of course, 20 minutes is not a lot, but it's pretty warm today. There's a lot of wind, so I got a good amount of resistance training from that. So I thought that was super neat. I definitely, appreciate that. I call the wind sort of free resistance. You don't have to buy anything like you would, at a gym for strength training, resistance training. You need to buy weights. If you're riding your bike, even if you're walking or jogging, the wind is free resistance. So kind of a maybe interesting way of looking at it. Today I'm planning to do a 30-minute walk. This is part of my documenting my journey to doing a 10K. I imagine that this will probably take, I don't know, at least 6 to 7 months at the very least. I'm currently following a program, a really good program, I believe. Really takes you from humble beginnings to really increasing the intensity and continuing from there. To be honest, I do feel a little bit worn out. Probably because I just finished that 20-minute bike ride, and I'm also walking in Vans. I don't think walking in Vans, they're definitely not the best walking shoes. I have been to, for example, Disney with Vans, and I always, without question, end the day with some nasty looking blisters on my feet. But I suppose that's what I get for walking in Vans to begin with. So that's that. I'm looking forward to this next week. Starting tomorrow, I'll be starting on my 9th week. And the 9th week, I'm going to be doing a lot of the same stuff I did this past week. This week, I continued doing normal walking routines, varying from 20 to 30 minutes. I also included some cross training in there, which is where the bike came in. Kind of nice to use the bike. I bought the bike because of quarantine, haven't had one in a long time. Nice to put it to good use. So Looking forward to doing more of that coming now this week on the 9th week. And then finally, on the 10th week, I'll be starting what I call the alternating cycle of walking and jogging, which I definitely think will really challenge me. Even though I'm only going to be doing cycles of jogging for a minute and walking for 2, I suspect that my heart rate will increase them dramatically. I'm just not used to jogging, very much used to walking at this point. When I finished what I call my warm-up series, that was my first 7 weeks of this journey. I started off at 15 minutes walking, ended off with a brisk 1 hour walk. So yeah, I guess you can say by this point I'm a pro at walking. Anyway, like I suspected, on a Sunday, I don't know how many people tend to watch Reddit. Specifically, where in the world, I see that we have 2 people watching right now. And that's assuming the signal is good and we're getting an instantaneous snapshot of that reading. I suspect that most people that watch it probably watch it during the workday while they're on their break. I know that I'd probably do the same. So, you know, a lot of people today on the Sunday, they might be watching the football game. They might be kicking it back at the pool, at the beach, having a beer. Well, that's if you're in Florida or maybe California. But I suspect, I've said I suspect many times in the last couple of minutes. I don't know why, I'm kind of fixed to that right now. But I suspect that people in northern states might be freezing right now, and they are looking at this video wishing they could be here with me. And I certainly wish you all could be here with me too, joining me on this walk. But that's why I'm doing it virtually, so that you can go out there, you can achieve your own fitness goals, and we can do all this together. So there's 2 people watching right now. I don't imagine, it's just another way of me saying I can suspect that one of them, you know, I doubt that one of those is not me. I don't think it would also count me as a viewer. So to the 2 people that are watching, welcome to the stream. Let's start a little bit of a conversation down here. It's gonna be a short walk, just half an hour. Been going for about 5 minutes now. Still got 25 minutes left. You know, really the audience is what makes it for me. The audience is what allows me to talk and really make it so that I'm not just repeating myself, especially that I just finished my 20-minute bike ride. Beside that, I can go into some other topics of interest and see if I could branch off there. So I got into investing, you know, not too long ago. My girlfriend really opened my eyes to investing, and I invested a little bit into GameStop a couple of months ago. And for anyone that's interested in investing, GameStop just had a pretty good run last week, and if you got lucky and you sold, well, you know, I'm fairly new, but I saw the number go up. I wanted to take my winnings, just be a humble investor, and I came out ahead, and that's what's good. I don't want to fall in the hole of thinking, oh, if I wait a little longer, or, you know, get greedy. I took what I could, I came out ahead, and now I'm good. So I'm thinking about reinvesting the earnings into another company, and that's what I'm trying to figure out now. You know, that's the hard thing for me to figure out. I don't really know why I invested in GameStop when it came out. Not when it came out, but when I was just aware that they had a stock, I saw that it was low, and I just was like, okay, well, let me do it. And I did. I think Yahoo Finance, the app, sends me news of just like random stocks. I probably got pinged about GameStop, so I invested a little bit, and I got lucky. So trying to figure out where I can reinvest my earnings. There is a stock that I've been reading a little bit about. It's called CCIV, and they're rumored to possibly acquire Lucid Motors, which is a competitor to Tesla, so another electric vehicle company. The stock price on CCIV is good right now, and the reason it has gone up so much over the past week, I think maybe a month ago it was 10 bucks and now it's 22. So it's gone up a lot, and it's because of the rumors around this potential acquisition. So do I go all in? Do I take my earnings from GameStop, reinvest it in CCIV, and see if I come out ahead? If it drops, I'll lose a lot, and that would hurt because right now I'm good. Maybe I should only take 50% and just have fun with that. If I take 50% of my earnings, I'll still come out ahead. So that, you know, now talking about it, I think that might be a good way of going. For any investors out there, can you all give me some tips? Are there any stocks that I should be paying attention to? Any fun ones to mess with? I think the only fun one I've had up to this point has been Moderna. Of course, with the vaccine, why not? Put a little bit in there, and actually I've been coming out ahead, not too bad on that one either, so that's pretty neat. Definitely don't mind the extra income from that. there's a subreddit called Wall Street Bets that's a mixed bag of advice. But someone on there invested like, I don't know how many stocks they bought in GameStop, but they came out like $9 million ahead. So they hit the jackpot, and that's probably every investor's dream. And they amassed that in a short amount of time. I mean, it was only 6 months or so that I was holding that stock. So I'm definitely gonna have to face short-term capital gains, but you know, still a beginner investor, and at the end of the day, I still come out ahead, even with that capital gains tax. Although, I think, from what I've read, from my girlfriend's told me, as long as I keep it in my brokerage account, mind you, in that brokerage account, it's not, you know, there's no compound interest, it's not doing anything, because I haven't necessarily profited off it. At least, I don't, yeah, frankly, I have to keep looking at that, because I did profit from it, right? I do have that money. I could use it, so I've already profited off of it, so I've probably already been taxed in short-term capital gains for that. But anyway, looking forward to see what I do with it in these coming days. I would love to invest in like Tesla or something, but Tesla is so expensive and it goes up a lot. Like, it's good when it's good, but I'm just gonna have so few shares that maybe it's not worth it. I think I might just try my luck with CCIV and we'll see how that goes. Apart from that, again, it's a beautiful day here in South Florida. It's warming up, a couple of clouds in the sky, but I would not say it's even overcast. Definitely a beautiful day to go to the beach, be at the pool, so on and so forth. Where's everyone watching from? How's everyone's Sunday going? Sunday, fun day. Hopefully you guys are all doing well. I certainly am. I got a lot of stuff to accomplish after this. You know how Sundays are. You do groceries, even though we already did groceries, but currently gotta probably help my girlfriend out, do some laundry when I come back, if she hasn't already finished. And then cooking. I mean, Sundays go by so fast. You know, Fridays and Saturdays also go by quickly, but Sundays especially. It's almost like by the time the midway point, like by the time you're past the midway point, I'm already in work mode. I'm already thinking like everything I do from this moment on is no longer my weekend. It's just me essentially getting ready for Monday. So I don't know, does anyone else feel like that? Am I the only one in the same boat there? It's, again, it's a mixed bag. Some Sundays are better than others. Last Sunday was awesome because Monday was MLK Day. So it was still another day off just to, you know, pretty much do whatever. So I'm walking around a little over 10 minutes now. So we're about a third of the way done with our 30 minutes. It's really hot out. Definitely getting a good sweat. I do have a meeting to actually attend to in half an hour. So, you know, I should probably stay close to where I started, so I'm not too far off. But how's everyone else doing on this day? Hey, how you doing? Doing well here, getting our walk in. Beautiful, beautiful day. You know, sometimes it's hard to talk a lot. Most of our days are normal. There isn't anything. So, okay, there's this YouTube channel I watch called Vsauce. I haven't watched the whole video yet, but he was talking about the illusion of time and how the reason that we feel the older we get, time goes quicker, is because we don't have significant events that happen to us the older we get. So when we're children, you know, we tend to think of our childhood as a long period of time because we have a lot of, you know, firsts, right? A lot of things that happen to us that are new, novel events. Whereas the older we get, we already have that experience. We've already experienced a lot of those things, so time just seems to breeze by. So, you know, that's how it feels now. The older I'm getting, that's how it gets. I'm not really sure. I brought that point up for a reason. Now I just have to kind of remember why I did. But I wonder how you all feel about that. I gotta finish that video. Vsauce now, you know, when I was younger, Vsauce was making videos all the time. But now probably with his growing family, he has less time. But the thing about having less time is when he does release a video, they tend to be longer and the production quality is really, really up there, top-notch production quality. I'm glad that it looks like we've stumbled across some more viewers. So welcome all to my walking stream. I'm glad you all can join me for this virtual walk. Just get out there, move a little bit, enjoy the conversation. Feel free to chime in. I'm open to pretty much any conversation point. Tend to stay away from politics and, you know, religion, the classic things. I just want to keep this conversation light and exciting for pretty much anyone that's watching. So thank you all for joining. We're here probably, I'd say, you know, halfway done with the walk. The stream's been going on for probably, you know, around 15 minutes. I'm gonna be doing a 30-minute walk. I've been recording more so on my GoPro already, so I have to factor that time in. So the way that my setup works right now is I have my phone recording the live stream with my phone, but I'm also walking around with the GoPro attached to my head. And the reason I have a GoPro attached to my head is because I also archive these videos to my YouTube channel, because I want to document my journey to my 10K. So since I can't save these and upload them myself, I just also do it with the GoPro. So Humanoid Human asks, how's the weather there? The weather is really, really great. It is a perfect South Florida day. I mean, today is the day to be out, play with your dog, as I've seen some other neighbors doing down there. You know, play with your kids outside if you have any, go to the beach, go to the pool, just be out, enjoy the day. It's a classic day for that here in South Florida. So yeah, beautiful weather. I'm gonna guess the temperature's probably in the mid-70s. I'm definitely sweating. I am a sweater though, so I tend to sweat a lot. Humanoid Human asks again, have you seen Trump around those parts? I have not seen Trump, but there are many Trump supporters in this area, and that's fine. That's cool. I mean, everyone has their own political stance. Everyone has their own opinion, and that's awesome. I definitely support that. So now Trump supporters tend to have the flag outside, whereas Biden supporters, I don't know, I haven't seen a lot of the Biden flags around. But anyway, enough about that. Good question either way. And I love that we're getting more viewers. Thank you to everyone that's joining in on the stream today. If you're not already out there doing your walk, do yourself a favor and just get out there. I'm not really doing too brisk of a walk today because I just finished a 20-minute bike ride, so I'm fairly tired. I also don't have too much food in me, so to be quite honest, I am a little bit dizzy. Not like too dizzy, but after this I'll make sure to get in a good meal. But either way, I really appreciate everyone watching, and hopefully we can get some more conversation here and strike up some interesting conversation and talk about some cool things. I'm gonna go into another point. So for anyone that's playing Cyberpunk 2077, oh, here we go. Humanoid Human asks, if you can go back and do one thing differently, what would it be and why? Okay, so that's a really good question. So I have been living in an apartment for probably, let's see, when I first moved to South Florida, well, when I first came to Fort Lauderdale, that's where I'm at. I moved to an apartment, which I loved. First apartment, I fell in love with it, and it was awesome. And it currently is awesome, but I lived there for, let's see, 2.5 years, and the rent was going up. Sorry about that, I had a battery notification, but anyway, the rent was going up, and of course I started looking for apartments that were cheaper. And in my head, I thought that the, you know, $200 to $300 extra a month was going to make me happier because I was saving money. Now, the place I was moving to was in no means a bad area, and the unit was not particularly bad. However, it didn't have the niceties that I had become so accustomed to during my time at my previous apartment. So when I moved there, I broke the contract 4 months after I moved, and of course I had to pay some fees because of that, and then I had to pay again to move back to the same apartment I had just moved out of. So I spent a lot of money during that time, but it was one of the best life lessons I've ever learned, and that is, sometimes you just have to pay for happiness. And if you like where you are and you're comfortable and you have the things that you care about close by, don't sacrifice that if you don't really have to. You know, I really thought the extra $200, $300 a month was going to make it all the better, but there was a lot of things I had to let go of. So when I came back, my life got back on track, and I realized that, you know, paying the extra bit really made me happier. So it was a great life lesson, and if I can go back, I would have never left in the first place, because I lost a good amount of money during that time, money that I could have had now to buy a house, for example, which is something I'm looking forward to doing in the future anyway. So great question. thank you for the high quality questions. Keep them coming if you have any more. And I'd be curious to know what you think of that question too. How do you feel? What is something you would like to change if you can go back, and why? Going back to my previous point, I'll keep talking about this till we get another question. So Cyberpunk 2077, for anyone that's played, we all know it's had a very rocky start. I have not played that game in about a month, not because I don't like it. I kind of just fell off it. I still like it, and I want to start a new game and probably get back to it. But just other things came up, and you know, so on and so forth. But with the newest patch that came out, they have a bug. And you know, I'm a software engineer. I work in that industry, but mostly for web development. And I can just imagine when you have so many people that are playing a game and you're the one that's responsible for introducing a breaking bug, I mean, that just can't be good for your career. And it must be extremely embarrassing, because it's not like there's 1,000 or tens of thousands. I mean, there are millions of people who purchase Cyberpunk that are going to be affected because of the work that you did or your team did. So there's a lot of accountability for software engineers. And I just think to myself, you know, I know the amount of testing that goes into an application, the sorts of things you have to look out for, you know, how do you resolve production style issues? And man, you know, I think of it in terms of a game, and when you have that scope of people playing it, you must really feel it. So very interesting for a company that size. I feel The Witcher wasn't like this, you know. When it came out, they had a much more smooth start. Cyberpunk just kind of was cursed from the get-go. Imaginary account. Imagine Gary account says looks like Hollywood. Well, not too far off. I'm in Fort Lauderdale, so you're pretty much there. I haven't really been to Hollywood too much. I went to the beach there once, I think. No, I don't know. Haven't been to Hollywood Beach, no. But I've heard good things about it. Would love to go once it starts getting more warm. I think they have some dog beaches around there. My golden retriever would probably love it. So that's always fun. Again, thank you for participating in the chat. I want to take it back to the audience and ask you all, how's everyone doing today on their Sunday? Is everyone enjoying and relaxing on this Sunday? Hopefully the weather's as good as it is here. Whether it's warm or cold, I'm sure it can still be really cold, but still be an awesome day. So hopefully you guys are all getting a similar vibe where you are all located. I got a little bit under 10 minutes left to go on this walk. I am looking forward to having Hamburger Helper later today. You know, one of my guilty pleasures is mukbangs. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Watching people eat ASMR style, I just enjoy it, and I have no shame in saying that. And I learned about Hamburger Helper through one of those mukbangs. And by the way, the mukbangs I'm watching, I try to stick to like high content, like high quality ones, right? Like Zach ASMR, like Zach Choi. Like, his production value is just insane when it comes to ASMR. But no offense to like Nakoda Avocado or something, but you know, I'm straying away from those. It's just not high quality. But I learned about Hamburger Helper and it looked amazing. Actually, Ben Dean, that's his name. Ben Dean, who I wouldn't say he classifies himself as ASMR. I think he's just a foodie, just eating on camera. But his intent is not to, you know, help you relieve any sort of stress you have through ASMR. He's just recording himself eating, and he talks about the food and his experiences with it. Again, really great quality content, high production value, and he introduced me to Hamburger Helper, and I immediately went to go and get it, and I made it, and it was awesome. I tried the double cheeseburger macaroni one they have. That really is the best one that I've tried. I had their stroganoff. That was okay. And I think I've had one more, but I forget. But they have a ton at the Walmart that I go to, and probably everywhere you go they have a ton. But awesome. I was a little bit hesitant to make it at first. I thought it was just one package. You just like heat it up and that's it. But you have to, you know, have to make the beef yourself and you have to cook it, but that's really quick. It's not really that big of a deal. So yeah, really looking forward to eating that. The beef has been thawing out since the morning. It's probably good now. It was frozen. So I'm gonna be having myself some of that Hamburger Helper probably soon after my meeting I have coming up. Anyway, this has been a really nice walk. It's not as intense as I normally would do it, but certainly is still good to just be out here, get the body moving. Just helps clear your mind. and especially get ready for the work week coming up ahead. A lot of stuff happening this week. Got to make sure we're prepared. But anyway, I've also been playing a lot of Fallout New Vegas. Is anyone out there a Fallout New Vegas fan? I almost always talk about the game on my streams because it's just such a good game. I just started the DLC. I just finished Dead Money. I have not appreciated Dead Money as much as I have this time, because I feel like the older you get, the more you appreciate a DLC like that. You have to really slow down. You have to look in every nook and cranny, collect as much as you can so you can really benefit from what the DLC has to offer. And the older I've gotten, the more patient I've become. So now, as I'm going into the second DLC, Honest Hearts, for anyone that's played, really again looking forward to just explore the area like I had never done before. And I'm sure I'd probably benefit a lot from doing that with other RPGs. I don't know, like, man, one RPG that I've never really given a fair shot is Lost Odyssey on Xbox 360, I believe. Yep, probably one of the first RPGs for 360. I've heard very good things about it. My brother's played it. I've never really given it a good shot, and I probably should, because I'm sure there's a whole world in there that I'm just missing out on. So I'd love to get back into something like Lost Odyssey, or like Dragon Quest, you know, Tales games. Anything that when I was younger, I was just like, I want to keep going. Now that I'm older, I can just appreciate it more. And you just understand that there's a lot to these games. So take your time, there's no rush. It's good. Like, that is a perspective that I love having obtained in my age. And I'm only 27, I'm young, but I'm not 18 anymore. So things do change in that 9-year span. And I'm sure it will continue changing the older I get. So we got about 4 minutes or so left here. You know, if anyone's interested in doing a walk like this, if you're all interested in being able to start from ground zero and really just take it easy while doing your walks, just a little shameless plug for myself here, because I feel like this, I'm not trying to push anything on anyone, but I try to create wholesome content. I have a YouTube channel called Task With Me. My intent in that channel is just to document myself doing various tasks in hopes that people will join along with me and just accomplish them together. So if you go to Task With Me on YouTube, you can find the archives of all the other walking videos I've done. And if you want to start from day 0, you can certainly do that. Day 0 of my 7-week warm-up series has you doing a 15-minute walk. I keep the timestamps as strict as I can to the workout, so that way all you have to do is listen to the video. And once you're done with the video, your workout is also done. You've accomplished everything for the day. And we're gonna go all the way. I'm gonna keep making these videos, so it's okay if you're just starting off now. There is content for you to watch. And hopefully you can get in your walk and achieve your fitness goals with me. I would love it if at the end of these 7-10 months, if I just had one person come to me and say, hey, watch the videos, I also did the 10K, that would be probably one of the most satisfying and gratifying things in my life. So thanks a lot. Bika says, hi Florida man. Hello Bika. Big Luke 88 TX76 says, where in South Florida? I'm located in Fort Lauderdale. Just here hanging around Fort Lauderdale, having a good time. It's a pretty great day today. It's actually a beautiful day today. Fort Lauderdale is really cool. I was born and raised in Miami, so not too far from where I was born and raised, but it's far enough that things do change. Things tend to become a little less hectic, a little less crowded, a little bit more easy going. That's something that I've definitely benefited from moving to Fort Lauderdale. So that's cool. As I always say, to everyone watching, just make sure you're staying fit and you're staying healthy during 2021. We're all coming out of this crazy year, probably heading towards another one. Hopefully not as crazy, but still, a lot of us have been locked up at home. It's just important to get out there and do a little bit of exercise, even if you're doing just 10 minutes a day. I promise you, the consistency is like compound interest. The dividends pay off dramatically the more you do it. And even if you start at 10 minutes, I guarantee you that just doing that at some point, it will have become such a habit of your daily routine that you'll want to continue increasing the time that you do it. No Sympathy for Police says, what's wrong with y'all in Florida? I'm not sure what that means. Hopefully I'm not giving off a vibe as if there's something wrong. Everything's pretty great today. You know, if you're hinting at the fact that Florida tends to have interesting characters, well, I'm sure that's the case with all the states. I think Florida just gets a bad rap for it, and that's fine. I don't really care. It doesn't bother me. But I think I'm personally doing great. Hopefully everyone that's watching is also doing great, and they're enjoying this awesome Sunday. Trying to impart some words of wisdom in everyone. So I'm gonna come back again tomorrow for another walk. I'm gonna continue with another stream. It's going to start off my 9th week of my journey to a 10K. Hoping that I can see you all there tomorrow to continue having some fun, continue doing our exercise, and hopefully get to that fitness goal that we're after. Again, just as a shameless plug, I'm just here trying to deliver some wholesome content. Just trying to see, you know, if anyone's interested in following along with me. My YouTube channel is called Task With Me, and that's where I continue posting all of the archives for all these different videos if you want to just join me for these walks. Can't wait to see some of you join. I think that'd be really cool. We could just start a, you know, a bit of a fitness community around it. And let's make it happen. So, as I always say when I sign off, stay fit and stay healthy. Thank you all so much for joining in on today's stream, and we'll see you all again very soon. Take it easy. All right, for anyone watching on the GoPro, we had today 30 minutes on air, 197 unique watchers, 4 upvotes and 0 downvotes. I'd say that's a good way to end off week 8. A little bit of a unique day as we did cross training and normal walking today, but rest assured we'll continue tomorrow, week 9, day 1, with I believe a 30-minute walk. It's going to be very similar to what we did this week, so if you liked what you did this week, remember to like this video, subscribe to me, keep in touch for more videos like this. And again, I'll say it to you all, stay fit and stay healthy, and we'll see you all again very soon.